There are two ways of looking at India's rather miraculous win over Pakistan in the T20 World Cup. On one hand, you can say, listen, the batters probably didn't do well enough, but the bowlers stepped up fantastically and ensured that you got a big win over your arch rivals. On the other hand, you could say that the bowlers winning India the game the way they did papered over a lot of cracks that have been showing in the batting lineup in the first two games itself. It's really a matter of perspective and how does you approach it. Is the glass half empty or is the glass half full? Well, Sunil Gavaskar definitely was of the opinion that this was very much a glass half empty kind of a situation because he absolutely tore into the way that India batted, specifically the top order combination of Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli. What exactly did he have to say? Well, let's go over what it is he said and then discuss and analyze whether or not he's entitled to this particular opinion, because it did get very, very brutal indeed. He said that it was disappointing batting and it bordered on arrogance and recklessness because there was arrogance at the start of the innings. They were looking to hit every ball, and he was referring to the opening combination here of Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli. And it is a criticism that we have seen of them, not just from Gavaskar, but a lot of others as well, saying that, listen, we understand you wanting to play aggressive cricket, showing intent at the start, but given the conditions at hand and given the bowling lineup you had in front of you, maybe being a little circumspect wouldn't have been the worst idea in the world. In fact, I'd be okay with them playing this way, playing this ultra-aggressive method if the conditions so allowed. But the cricket stadium at Nassau County has not been conducive to stroke making at all. It's perhaps why India were able to defend a target of 120. So that in itself shows you not great batting conditions, maybe temper down on the aggression a little bit. But it's not just down to the conditions. As Gavaskar was pointing out, you needed to respect the bowlers in front of you as well. He said that I don't mean any disrespect to Ireland, but Pakistan is a very experienced attack. Getting out with 1 over to spare says you were probably not in the right kind of thinking. Now, why he says I don't mean any disrespect to Ireland is because he talked about how India's batters were being ultra aggressive against Ireland, even at the cost of throwing their wicket away, which was fine, given that the opposition in front of you weren't exactly the strongest. Saying, but in the case of Pakistan, this is a very experienced, very good bowling attack. You know what exactly it is they're capable of. Perhaps you should have taken your time and let the tricky conditions get out of the way, keep wickets in hand, and then go bang bang thereafter. And again, it's hard to disagree with the point he makes because, again, it's not as if the conditions were great for stroke making. If you were playing this way on, say, the kind of pitches you were getting in the IPL 2024, be it at Eden Gardens or the Chinnaswamy or even the Wankhede in the earlier parts, or even for that matter, the flat track you got at Delhi. If you were playing like this on those conditions, Hyderabad is another example that comes to mind, then it made perfect sense because you have 8 batters, you have batting depth, you could go after it, and even if you lost a couple of wickets, you knew you had enough batting to still get to a big total. Here, a total of perhaps 150 would have been good enough, and it is testament to how good India's bowlers were that they were able to defend 120. But let's face facts, one of the reasons they ended up doing so is because Pakistan constantly chose to shoot themselves in the foot. It had as much to do with India's disciplined bowling as it did with Pakistan absolutely bottling what should have been a simple chase. So maybe, just maybe, considering the fact that you've got one more game at Nassau County to play, perhaps tempering the aggression may be the way to go, and then once you reach Florida and potentially the West Indies, you can revert to plan A, which is aggressive from the get-go and looking only to play in gear 5. That's how I think, and you guys can let me know in the comments below what you feel about what it is that Gavaskar has had to say, and if you agree or disagree with him. And don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel, tap that bell icon, follow us also on social media. We're on Instagram, X and Facebook. Don't forget to download the SportsTech app, and if you're already on the channel, go ahead, check out some other videos we've done as well. For now, from my side though, it is goodbye.